It appears I'm scaring the hose again, because if you were to see some of the comments that I've gotten on this video, especially on Instagram and Twitter, oh my gosh, the Zionists are very upset. They would like you to know, and me to know, and everyone else to know, under every video that's talking about the closure of the Israeli embassy in Dublin and the possibility of them putting a museum, a Palestinian museum in its place, they are very upset. And they would like everybody to know that they hate Irish people. They hate Irish people so much, and Ireland so much, that they're bringing out stereotypes that I didn't even know existed. Get ready for this. Here's this psycho comparing him to some kind of goblin. Can you spot which one is the goblin, Lord of the Rings? What are the Irish known for? Being drunk, wife beating, being second class in the mafia. What is this grapes nonsense? As if this is something unique to Irish people. This has happened at Catholic churches all around the world. Getting, by the English, peacekeeping missions because they're too cowardly to fight wars. The projection, though, like every accusation is a confession always. The Irish Armed Forces have participated in UN peacekeeping missions for over 60 years. Since 1958, Ireland has sent troops to global conflict zones on almost every continent. We have had peacekeeping battalions with the UN, UNIFIL in South Lebanon on a continuous basis since 1978. The relationship is so deep-rooted that in the Irish area of operations close to the border with the Israeli regime, there are local Lebanese people who speak English with broad Irish accents. You can find video of this. It's amazing. They're there to help protect civilians and keep the peace. But typical projection from the IOF, the biggest fucking cowards on the planet, to call someone else a coward. This is the same army that can't fight the resistance on the ground, so they press little buttons to drop bombs on children. But you're calling other people cowards. This one might be my favorite, though. Migrating after failing to grow food. That's one way to put it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, though, that they would put something like that as they are purposefully starving the Palestinians and then lying about food aid getting in. Because anybody who knows anything about Irish history knows that that famine wasn't a famine. It was purposeful starvation and genocide from the English. But I guess no one should be surprised that that's the take when here's a bunch of aid and a bunch of settlers destroying American taxpayer-funded aid into Gaza because they rather see it burned and destroyed than to see Palestinian children fed and given diapers. Another Zionist on Twitter wrote, "The Irish thinks Palestine is occupied. We were occupied too. That's why we support Palestine. Has no other real arguments." I mean, that's a pretty fucking good argument. You want more? In the comments here, they had so many drawings like this, very similar to this cartoon from the 1700s, the usual Irish way of doing things. And it's literally like them being on welfare, gunpowder, and booze. The British lion and the Irish monkey? What? And now people are sharing this, and they're calling people who are Irish who support Palestine Paddystinians, as if that's supposed to be some kind of insult. First of all, Paddystinian sounds base as fuck. Paddy was like a name, like well-established. Early Paddy stereotypes drew from perceptions of personal character. Words like pugnacious, quarrelsome, impudent, impertinent, ignorant, wickedness, vicious, and reckless accumulated as frequent parts of the American lexicon as it related to Irish Americans. So along with the fact that I had no idea this was a thing, like depicting Irish people as apes, it is like an inferior to Anglo-Americans, whatever the fuck. It actually is hilarious because all Zionists do is cry about people being racist toward them and like bigoted toward them and dehumanizing toward them. Wah, always calling the wambulance about how like people are anti-Semitic and people are racist and people are this and that. So their response to the Irish celebrating the closure of the embassy in Ireland and to my video laughing about it is shit like this. Cry bully winners. This is a real article. There's literally too many deranged comments on my Twitter post. This is from my Twitter post. Boycott Ireland. Forget a museum. I heard Ireland's going to turn Ireland into Palestine. Like saying it like it's bad. And then, of course, the obligatory racism and Islamophobia. And they will drive a car through a St. Patrick's Day parade. And then, of course, there is a ton of people that are saying that Palestine and Palestinians don't exist, which is amazing considering they're always crying, Israel's right to exist. You're trying to say we don't have a right to exist. And then they turn around and go, you don't exist. Do you guys have any idea how clownish you are? and how unserious you are when you're constantly cry bullying and talking about how people were trying to deny your existence as you literally deny people's existence. Anyway, Ireland is based. I would love to visit Ireland, okay? I've wanted to visit Ireland, especially after I got my DNA test. And this house, we love the Irish, okay? And actually, I'm going to thank the Zionists because I've been trying to get in touch with my Irish heritage and learn more about it. And you guys really helped me understand more about it today. I didn't know that that was part of the history until you guys all started posting those deranged photos and comics. And I looked into it and was like, wow, I didn't even know this was a thing. So thanks for that, learning a little bit of history every single day. So yeah, you guys can cope. And free Palestine and long live Ireland.